So we're on the bouncy thing again. Is that the technical term?
Sure. Well, I mean, you can see this one just wants to go back to the same spot. So that's nice.
And like puring, so I think we spoke about this a little bit in another video. When you see players that the logos aren't like perfectly down the back or perfectly down the front, it's usually because puring, that the fitter is trying to find the spine effectively.
Yeah, just the point where like how whatever kind of load you put in the shaft, it deflects and deflects back the same way. So like if you put it on like a frequency machine and you clamp down the grip and then you flicked it from the head, you want the head bouncing in a level line or a flat line oscillation type of thing. And because sometimes if you put it in there and it's not spined or pured, however you want to phrase it, you flick it, it starts going in a circle.
Okay.
So that will kind of influence like mishits. So it might not be you, it could be your golf equipment.
There we go. And it was like you were looking into my soul there, Jordan.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't me.
All right. Let's do some wedges.
And let's explain. So we kind of had this discussion because I extended. So I had Matt extend my 50.
Yes.
And then we were kind of having a discussion with extending my 55, or what was my 54, my 60. And we're kind of going on the theory that we want to go a bit heavier. So the shaft we're actually putting in is not really comparable to the one that was in their standard.
No.
Bit heavier.
A little bit heavier. So this is 130 gram steel shaft. So again, it's 130 grams before I cut it. So it's the raw weight. So once I trim it, obviously if I'm going to be taking off the butt end, but however much I take off is going to make it less than 130 grams. So usually it's not always the case. There's always different examples, but for the most part, whatever's going to be in your irons, you want to have something similar in your wedges. So the people who are playing their 60, 70, 80 gram graphite in the irons, the stock shaft of 115 to 130 grams that you find in your Vokeys, your Callaways, your Clevelands might not be best suited for people. Like think of finding something in a similar weight and flex to what's in your irons.
Oh, okay. And how tough is it for a fitter if we, like, let's say we have a member that has a pretty light shaft in their irons, they then want that light shaft put into, you know, a wedge.
Yep.
What's it going to do to like the balance of the club? How can you counter that?
Well, it's not going to hurt the balance too much because if they already have something super light in their irons, they're already playing light swing weights to begin with.
Okay.
And then when you take that D5 or D6 wedge with that 120, 30 gram steel shaft and then drop it down to, their 70, 80, 90 grams, that weight difference is going to help bring them down to a much more manageable swing weight.
Okay. So it's actually easier. So for most golfers, both to have the change and for the fitter, it's kind of easier if the person wants lighter stuff in. Do you say that's true, or make anything work?
You can pretty much make anything work for the most part. But like the head weight's not going to have to change all that drastically, or if at all. It's just me going down shaft weight. Like every 9 grams I take off the shaft, 9 to 10 in that ballpark is about one swing weight point. So if I take 60 grams off the shaft, go from 130 to 170, that's D6 to Z0, and they're probably already playing like a C7, 8, 9 swing weight in their irons to begin with.
It's a lot of numbers there.
Yeah. Write it down as a quiz later. Friends from BB&F.
Oh.
So if you want to do something like that, I think those are the only colors I got in that pouch. That's Matt's. If you want to go some bubble gum.
You're like Gollum, but instead of a nice shiny gold ring, you like ferrules.
Yep.
My precious.
Yep. I got a couple purple ones in there. What else we got?
What should I go for? I'm not going to say comment below because we can't wait. We're going to have to make a decision sooner than that.
Yeah. I got a couple more elsewhere, but I guess not.
Do I go for the sunshine stick?
That's what I thought you might like about those, the blue and the orange one.
Yeah, I might do that in honor of Megan's Californianness.
Okay.
Is that a good reason?
Sure.
You've always got to be careful because if it's the wrong college team.
Yeah. The one thing that I do with mine is I have different colored ferrules on each wedge, so I know which one I've got.
There we go. Yeah, let's go for these two.
Okay. Sweet.
So we have my 50 degree, the one that Matt put an extension in. So we're gonna go slightly shorter than that one.
Yep. 1/4 inch per wedge is what I'm gonna go with. So 50 is 36. So your 54 or your sandwich, however you want to phrase it, 35 3/4, and your 60 will be 30 and a half.
30
So we're going for it.
And I tend to, we've had this discussion, but I've been using my 60 a lot for full swings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm kind of going on the theory, and it's kind of through a lack of play rather than trying to, like, from 100 yards fly to 55. I'm kind of hammering a 60.
Yeah.
And for that reason, we kind of need a little more length in the shaft.
Yes.
The weight should help. So even though I'm trying to keep using the word hammer, you don't hear that from a tour pro.
With a wedge.
I'm really pleased that I'm out there hammering my wedges. But by having it slightly heavier, I should be able to use that hammer feel, but it should quieten everything down a little.
Yeah, I mean, you already swing pretty quick, so you're going to be on the heavier side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like with everything. Swing weight, shaft weight, all that stuff. So it just helps you reel in what you do.
Mm-hmm. And we have off camera. We don't do everything on camera.
Yeah.
But we have had a look at my lie angles. We have gone more upright across my set.
Yes.
But my 60 was very flat.
Yes.
Which should help around the green on those short shots.
Yes.
But because I'm hitting full-ish shots with my 60, we were saying that could a little dump out to the right.
Yes.
Very
Yeah,
likely.
Because basically the shaft's going to droop more as
Yeah.
you apply more force to it. So if it goes more toe down and it's already flat to begin with, it's basically going to fire it further out to the right.
Yes.
Fly angles are very, very important on your short clubs. So wedges, short irons. It can influence things on your longer clubs, but it's more important on your wedges and short irons for what you're going to be using.
Yeah. And that's
what
like,
you would use it the majority of the
yeah.
time for.
And that's like face plane tilt, isn't it? We won't go into that here.
Those are numbers that are for you, not for me.
And that first.
Mm-hmm.
So you're backing yourself that you can get those ferrules on pretty quick.
No, this is a longer cure epoxy stuff. This isn't the fast cure stuff.
Okay.
So I whip this up. I can come back in 20 minutes and still use this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually have to do it first, or it will be too slippery.
Not necessarily, but it's just one of those things where I like doing it this way.
We were saying the head weights were pretty heavy on these.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have some clubs have like a tip weight?
No tip weight.
No tip weight,
Yeah.
so just heavy.
Yeah.
Which would make sense if the club is already heavy. You wouldn't put a
And
weight in there as well.
The lengths were a little short to begin with too, so that's one reason why it's probably a little bit heavy as well. Find my spine. Drawing.
And how long before you can start thinking of cutting that?
I'd probably give it an hour.
Yeah. So we've gone off my 50. And we're going
35 3/4. So I'm gonna throw some tape under the grip, or lead tape up there just to counter it a little bit. It's
Yeah.
probably gonna come out to like D0. So let's get it down to like that D9 range.
Okay. Yeah, get it D9 and it'll feel like the 50.
Yeah.
And like we've discussed, slightly heavier in the wedges.
Yep.
Because we don't need that explosion of like acceleration.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. Oh, you're measuring.
Weighing it. That's 3 grams, 3.5.
3.5 grams.
So.
And I'm right in saying if you're trying to balance a club, you don't have to do as much at the head than you do at the handle. Obviously that's not going to work here because it would move it in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But let's say you were trying to make it like feel heavier. If you need, let's say 3 grams at the top, you're not going to need 3 grams at the head.
No, it's like for every 2 grams at the head, we'll move it, the swing weight point up 1. It's 4 grams at the grip to bring it down 1.
Okay. And I think that's important to understand because you'll see a lot of tour pros will maybe have a strip on the head, and you might go, well, hang on, if you wanted to make a big change, they would need like a lot. And you do see some tour pros. Is it Billy Horshaw literally like gave his irons a new coat of lead tape? You know, so he must want those things feeling incredibly heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like for like.
No.
So we look at that little strip, and what we're saying, 3 grams should bring us down to a D9.
Yeah.
Just need the one.
We're going to go 6. So I got it's like 6.5, 7, which that's going to be pretty close to what we need. And the grip weight's a little bit heavier too, so that'll help offset some things. So we kind of got a few things in play here. How we're making it all work.
Awesome stuff. Okay, just the one wrap. The head. Look at that little boy. Look at that little ferrule.
Don't worry, I gotta clean it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll make it a little more flush with the hosel.
Get some, what do you put on it? Methylated spirits, is that it?
Yeah.
God, look at me.
There you go. I'll clean that up a little bit. A little tape sticking out the bottom. We don't want that.
So we have the head, new funky ferrule, new shaft, slightly heavier grip, and we're kind of at D9. Slightly heavy for a normal club, but pretty good for a wedge. Get rid of some of that explosiveness.
Get any excess debris off.
See, there's a lot. All done?
All done,
Yeah.
nice and tidy.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. And you have announced these will be the best feeling wedges
You've ever had?
I've ever had, ever played. It's a strong comment by a man that must be very confident in his skills. So thanks for that, Jordan.
You're welcome.
My set now is going to be complete. All the changes I've made. Got tons of clubs in there. Got to just choose no, it's not 15. Come on, Steve, you're doing so well. 14. 15 if you don't let anyone count.
Or if you want to just add 2 shots on the first 5 holes of every tournament you're playing.
Yeah. No. But thanks for that, Jordan.
Yeah, anytime.
And as always, thanks for watching, guys. That's my set. That's Jordan. Hope to catch you soon.